best music ever.
There we go. So we switched over, and hopefully we can hear me, but we'll wait for that confirmation for a second. Since I know that we're like a minute behind.
Yep, sound works.
Yeah, we're good.
Fantastic. Welcome everybody to episode 5 of the not the Briar broadcast of Campaign OA. Wow, I caught myself because of the thing you said.
Wow.
Wow.
Probably one of the most ridiculous things we ever started, but here we are.
You're welcome.
It's so funny to me every time.
No, we're never changing.
We're never changing our group name.
It's never going to be changed.
It will forever be Owa.
Owa.
You're the Owa.
It's so funny because I imagine so many different like random little things for it, but like it always just comes back to
always Owa.
Anyway,
like I just see like a chibi of our characters, like big mouths, head back. Owa.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to make actually.
Yeah, that sounds actually really dope. Like a bunch of little chibi characters. Yeah. Oh, that'd be great.
Everybody has a little thing you press in everybody's voice. Oh wow!
Oh wow!
You make dice and you make an OA for where the 20 is because
opportunities. Here we go.
Oh, we gotta do it. We gotta do it.
Merchandise.
I love that it's a 0A, but we're all just
no, it's Owa.
Oh,
0 is an O.
Yeah.
Anyways.
No,
regardless.
This is so good. We left off last time in a very precarious spot. I believe that Cinnamon is currently unconscious in Clearday's arm, but also full on health and
everything.
Zira, you are inside the room with Valise.
I fucked up.
The doors just flew open. Anokle charged with everybody in, but Anokle has 1 hit point. And as everybody ran in, Valise started to talk, but we're gonna do that again. We're gonna recap that just a little bit here. But yes, this is where we are. With Grev, Anokle, and Billy pushing into the room with Zira, Valise standing in the center, and Clearday kind of looking down at Cinnamon saying, "Oh, I guess I will take care of this." And yes. So if we're all ready to go, I will begin.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. As you push through the heavy doors, the air itself seems to drag as your limbs thick with an unnatural weight. The chamber beyond is vast, its true dimensions impossible for any of you to grasp, as the walls churn like an ocean of living shadow, surging, collapsing, reforming in endless waves. The floor, if it can be even called that, shudders and ripples beneath your feet, each step sinking and pushing, slightly before rebounding like liquid tar. At the room's heart, Valise, a tall figure, impossibly gaunt, its limbs too long, its fingers twitching unnaturally, wrapping around the edges of a grimoire that has been shut with a small yellow dot in the center, pulsing. His skin stretched over protruding bones, his face like an empty mask of no possible visage, sunken in a giant grin in the shadows behind him. His voice comes from all angles and all sides, like a weight in your chest, a whisper behind your ears, a shiver of despair down your spine. I'm glad you all have joined her. Tell me, mortals, what sorrow will you offer me before you rest today? I so am hungry. The book pulses again. But this is where, you were the first one in next to her. But if you all would like to go ahead and react, go ahead. Cinnamon, I will get to you in just one moment.
Oh, hey, no worries. I'm unconscious.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want you to think I forgot.
No. There are consequences to my actions. Weird.
But yes, you were the first one through the door. You're the first one to feel this pulse that feels like just despair on you. And also, in the back of your mind, you just hear, just go, you'll be safe, from your sister.
Well, I don't trust that. Just the response she gives. She points at Elise. I definitely don't trust you. And she's gonna look at Zero and say, well, do we want to hit him?
I need that book.
Fantastic. I'm gonna spend 3 hope for a tag team.
Hell yeah! Tag team, tag team, tag team.
Describe your tag team. Your opening salvo, if you will.
Oh.
I was hoping for a crit, but I got a...
Oh yeah, dice.
Oops. I got a 18 on hope.
Does Zero do better?
Hold on. I forgot dice. I needed to get them out. I forgot that that's an integral part of this game, apparently.
Don't worry.
Just here for the ride.
I'd be doing that too.
Oh, I got a crit though. Double 8s.
Very
Fantastic.
So there are 2 things that are going to happen just now. Very fun. Because you crit, normally you would get to clear a stress and a hope. But
Normally.
Currently, because of something that is unknown to you, you cannot gain hope. But in Oakley, you may gain 1 HP. That being said, you do crit. Please do damage.
Okay, cool. I would love to do damage.
We still clear the stress, though, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have any way to mess with your stress currently.
How many stress do I get to clear?
1, I believe.
1. Thank you.
For the crit.
Perfect. How close is this guy to me?
The room. You're the only one actually. You're the only one actually knows this, but he is exactly 20 feet from you.
Cool.
Because you're the only one who knows how to navigate the shadows.
Perfect. I would like to use my Rain of Blades. But since I've critted for that, I'm just going to go ahead and roll my damage for it. And can I use my assassin experience to add to that, or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Before her Rain of Blades goes, though, I'm going to smile, just very sweetly, and just comment, it's a little dark in here, as I shoot a spore bolt at him that kind of makes him glow a little bit, light pinkish, and makes him temporarily vulnerable.
All right.
Oh, hell yes. Great, because I rolled 16 damage.
So what is the max damage you can do plus that? Remember?
Oh.
You crit, so you'll do max damage plus whatever you roll.
Oh. Okay. So that would be 32.
There you are.
Hell yeah.
Which is a little bit past his major threshold, so you will do 2 HP to him.
29. Hang on.
Oh, good.
I'm going to add, let me show you a clear day to add +3 to that, making that also 32.
So 32 and 32 would be, it's still a little bit
64?
under, it's still under the severe, so it's going to be 2 HP for you guys. It's not far off though. I'm going to tell you that. You're not far off from getting to a severe.
Dang.
So then, can I do something?
Well, now it is theoretically you and Billy and hit the room. Same thing.
All right.
means.
I think Billy is gonna hear Tam kind of like mention. She's like goes like, "I need that book," and I'm gonna be a bit cheeky here, because I still got it, so I might as well use it. Billy's gonna grab the rope on his side. He's gonna like quick tie a little like noose around it and just whip it at. There's like a little gem like floating over the book, right?
Yes.
In it. I thought it was in it.
It's in the book. The gem is floating. He's holding it, so he's not holding it. It's like floating in shadow, but the gem is in the front of the grimoire.
Gotcha. Yeah, and Billy will try and kind of like snag the little like crystal because I'm assuming that the crystal, the gem, is more visible than the book itself.
Yes.
So he'll go for the gem here. He's gonna try and yank the gem out of his hand with a little grapple check here.
Okay.
If that's possible, is that okay? Is that?
Yes.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No. I will. We will play this game together. Okay.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to decide if I want to roll against you or just let you try and go against its current difficulty.
Ooh. I'm here for the love of the game, so.
This fight has so many different tiers of bullshit, so I'm just trying to decide on how I want to do it.
Oh, no.
Let's roll. Let's roll against each other. I'll put my luck up against yours for a minute.
Okay.
All right. So
He's vulnerable.
You know what? That's crazy as fuck. I rolled a natural 19 for a 22.
Oh boy. I'll spend a hope to add my risky wrangler to this. He's vulnerable.
What was your result, Billy?
I haven't added my result yet, or done my result. Let's see. That is a 24 with hope.
Nice. Let's go. Okay, so it comes out this cowboy pirate of a thing just grapple and as it grapples it pulls, and now you are in a tug of war contest with Valise's fingers that so you're in the middle of pulling it, but now Grev so we will do this back and forth while Valise fights everybody else for a minute. The rain of blades hits him. He's lit up like a fucking I guess like a pink Christmas light. And Grev, you are in this room, but I have something special for you, Grev. That we have thought about all week for fun. Grev, you hit the room, and it's different than everybody else. As you are pushing through the shadows, you feel invigorated. You can feel warmth begin to tear off your skin. And in the back of your mind, you hear the one who resurrected you. Her voice hit you for the first time since you spoke to her. And she says, "My warrior, my beautiful resurrected phoenix from the ashes. You've been escorting my best friend here." And you'll see the book begin to light up like it's on fire. And she says, "We need that. We need that for the collective. Please help me the same way I helped you." And everything tunnel visions, and all you can see is now the book.
Okay.
Love that tit for tat manipulation.
Makes sense.
I've been waiting for Greb to see Valise
Whoa.
since we started. because if you go back to episode 1 and realize Grev wasn't paying attention to Valise when he spoke in the room. He's always been doing other shit. And I was like, the second he looks at Valise, I get to do this. And I've been waiting since the very first episode.
Oh, good.
Man.
So currently, Billy is wrangling with Valise.
Mm-hmm.
The book is just floating.
Yep. You don't see none of that. All you see is the book.
How far is the book away from me?
20 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna run toward. I'm just gonna absolutely put all of my weight behind myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to basically do like a sprinter kind of preparation. Like I'm gonna tuck down. I'm gonna try to kick off, and I kind of imagine the ground kind of giving away a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna full on bolt with my entire body towards the book and just try to grab it.
You are unable
And I-
to. You are unable to help it, but your wings also unfurl and tighten outwards as if you are
Ooh.
because
Okay.
because she is helping empower you do this.
Oh, fantastic.
Do I
So
get
do
run
I-
over
You know,
by
don't
Griff
really
in the
know.
darkness?
I think
He said, "I don't see anything except for the book." So
I think
that's
what's
I
what
know.
it's gonna depend if he hits or not.
Okay.
So what do you want me to roll for this?
You can.
What do you want me to roll? Is this
roll
like
it-
a finesse thing,
I
or
would
is it
say
a
you
strength
rolled
thing?
you rolled a hit, but I think that you would
Okay.
add your strength to the attack instead of
My strength automatically gets added because of my.
yeah. I would use your strength then for this because you're like you said
Okay,
you're
okay.
bolting forward as hard as you can.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm
yep.
gonna say because of the as hard as you can part, we're gonna do strength instead of agility.
Okay. All right. That is a. That's a 24 on hope.
You do hit. So
Let's go.
you are doing Arena Blades, and Grev slams next to you into this book, almost like the blades hit Valise. You see the Rangarok comes and begins to pull, and then Grev's body, full weight, just slams into this thing, and Valise's hands get thrown backwards. Grev is going to take this book to the other end of the room. So you are now out of melee
I'm gonna
range.
tuck it. I'm tucking. I'm literally like squeezing it next to my body
Mm-hmm.
as hard as I can to make sure it doesn't go anywhere with all my strength. I'm just gonna keep bouldering forward as far as I can.
Billy, I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay.
These are three. You have three choices. You can
Okay.
you can go let go of your rope.
Uh-huh.
You can try and strength check Grev and hold him,
Okay.
and hold him in place, or you can just
Okay.
get taken along with him for the ride.
I'm going for the ride.
Hell
It's not
yeah.
even.
Let's go, cowboy! Let's go, cowboy!
So Grev grabs this thing, and Billy just woo, and like his legs go up, and Grev is gonna take him to the other end of the room. And I'm gonna say you go 40 straight feet away from everybody else with Billy. Billy is 5 feet behind you, and
Sure.
you are now lost in shadow.
Okay.
Hold on, cowboy. All right.
The two, Inokle and Zero, you see this happen. Zero, what's up?
An idea. I have an idea.
Okay, go.
So, I could do that teleporty thingy in the shadows. I would like to teleport, grab the book, and then basically, like, the door's still open, right?
Yes.
I want to dip the fuck out with the book if I can. Like, all right, we got
I'm
the book.
holding
Go, go, go,
on
go,
to
go.
the book.
So
I know.
You're
I
gonna-
want to get to
Can you
you and
take
be
me
like,
with
give
me?
it to me.
okay, so
Oh.
then we can say you teleport to it, but now I have to move backwards a little bit in time, just a slight bit, because I want to go to Clear Day and Cinnamon. You guys have all done this, and while this is happening, Clear Day looks down at Cinnamon and he goes, "Okay, He just kind of whispers, "All right, I'm helping. All right," and he like picks Cinnamon up and kind of shakes her for a second. Doesn't work. He goes, "Okay, fine." He like rolls his eyes, and he doesn't want anybody to hear him, so he like whispers, and with healing words, he reinvigorates you. So you come back, and they're like they're not pleasant words.
What?
Clear Day's,
Oh, hi.
Clear Day's healing words are like, "If you don't get up and help, I'm gonna actually kill you." Like those are like
Why would you kill me?
no, it's just shh. This never happened.
What?
And he's gonna put you down, facing you the other way.
You brought me back up. Oh, you're my new best friend.
No.
And she like turns towards the door.
He's like, no, and he like puts you down and goes, wind up toys that way, and like points toward the door. And he looks up and
she does her little toddle towards the door because she's not a good runner.
Before you can do that though, like he's gonna look up and see Valise. This is the first time Clearday has seen Valise. And he's gonna stop you. He's gonna grab your shoulder.
Hi. It's just horny, man.
There's that demon is younger than me, but still older than all of you. It is not going to.
How old are you?
I'm timeless. Anyway.
See, that's not. It's like impossible to be timeless. You had to have like been originated at
Evil
some
monster
point.
ahead of us. Let's do this. Let's do this first. Ready? Evil monster.
Oh,
ahead of
tag
us.
team! Got it! She initiates a tag team roll with Clearday.
Yeah, go. I'll do it. Yep.
Yeah, she just says, "Oh, tag team," and she just starts going, and she like looks at Clearday like, "You're the one that wanted to fight this guy," and so she starts moving towards the door. But as she does, she's basically sticking like her hands like behind her back to like power up whatever weapon Clearday has on them because they're a knight, so they have a weapon.
Oh yeah. Clearday is gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. And he's going to put his hand out, and as you put your hands back, he thinks, oh, that's where she wants me to shoot. And he is going to unload a solar powered beam into your arm that shoots you forward into him and makes you pop like a giant sunlight burst.
That's great. She's like, I can work with this, and so then she swings her hands out and just starts pushing the power out to hit the horny man like a missile.
All right. Would you like to roll a hit? Roll a hit. See if you hit first, and if you don't, I will roll.
Sure. I'm
I
gonna
can't
spend
crit,
a stress.
So.
I'm gonna spend a stress to use think outside the box
Okay.
to get an additional. Oh, that's good.
Actually, I guess if everybody agrees on this one, I will roll to hit on a d20. But if I roll a 20, can we all agree that it would be a crit for you guys? Does that sound
Sure.
good?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a 31 with hope.
Wait, got a crit.
I got a crit.
Yes.
I got a dat.
Perfect.
on my 20.
I could tell by the look on his face he got a crit.
Oh god.
I'm gonna kill my monster before I get to like round 2, and I'll be very sad. Okay. I have to go find Clearday's sheet because I didn't intend for him to actually attack anything this round. But while you go ahead and add up, I will need a second to go through my notes.
Yes. Player playbook. If you can't beat the monster, make the DM fight it themselves.
Shh. This doesn't happen often. It's very rare that I get pulled into this shit. Let me tell you.
Well,
No, you
he
did a very
said,
good
"Let's
job.
go fight this," and so she was like, "Cool, we're doing this together now."
And you know what? I've never had anybody try and do a thing with any of my other NPCs. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. This is gonna be funny.
I got sorry,
Did you do
30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, I got 33 points of magic damage, and they'll get flung back to far range when I hit them.
Okay. Clearday does this plus 30.
Plus 30.
Yeah. Well, mine was 22, so it's not that. I just rolled like
45.
average, so.
So Clearday is 46.
Okay, so 79.
Clearday will spend a hope that he has, obviously, and add his experience.
Would you rather I did it? Because I have hope. I could do it. To add one of my experiences.
Keep your hope for a second.
Okay.
It's the only hope you're gonna have this whole game, this whole round. Clear Day will add his hope to do 2 more damage so that we hit his severe threshold and do 3 damage. The severe threshold's 80.
Yay.
Okay.
And so Cinnamon just kind of tumbles because she's not athletic, and also after she slams into the horny man and flings him away, she just kind of tumbles to the ground, landing so inelegantly, and just kind of looks at Eno and Tamazira as they're the ones that
Tamazira just booped away, so it's gonna be Eno.
Oh, Tamazira. So then just look at Eno. I'm like, Clear Day is awesome.
Okay, I will spend a fear to interrupt everything going on. And all of the shadows, because you are knocking him away now, are going to think like Gara's sand coming back to him. All the shadows are gonna whip up around him, cover his body so that he doesn't look as gaunt and stringy. He almost looks kind of like he is a little bit more, think like a swimmer or like a diver's body. And he has a face now. His face has a large smile on it that can't be like taken away. Think like and with deep fangs that look like they are made of dripping shadow. And he is now standing in the doorway, against the doorway, holding it. And he is Billy. Could you give me?
Oh no.
A roll. Hold on. It is. I think Billy, give me a either an instinct or a knowledge roll. Your choice.
Okay. Instinct here. Ooh, that is a 6 on fear.
So you kind of like you don't notice the direction he goes, but he does, like, as the shadows whip up around and do whatever, it's going to add a stress to you.
Okay.
And you are pulled to look in the direction. Now you all realize that this room you're in looks like the original room that you were marched into that one day, but you know it can't be because it's further down. It's one of those things where it's like, it just looks like it. There's no big opening where, like, there's no lift opening where that one spot was, but otherwise it's a big octagonal like pit with the doors over here, and he is standing against them. He's looking down. But Billy, you've been on ships. You're probably one of the only ones here that has been on, like, a ship for that reason. You've been on a giant turtle, Cinnamon. Not the same thing. He's been like you have a whole thing going on with the giant turtle. He's been on a ship that has gone through the idea of starvation. You have found people in the ocean starving. You have found, like, you know what starvation looks like, is my point.
Yeah.
And you see Valise's face and the way he holds himself, and it reminds you of that. There is something about him that he is going through the downside of starvation, the part where you are weak, the part where you are lashing out. This is something that is hurt and missing something. But on a 6, I can't really give you more to that.
No, I understand. It's fine.
But you would understand what you are looking at. Like, you are looking at something that is hurt. On the other end of the room is Grev holding onto a book. Zira popping up next to him. Again, 40 feet away from you guys, except for Billy, who is now in the center of the entire thing where Valise would have been standing just a minute ago. Next to him is Cinnamon, who just fell on the ground as a ball of light, and Anokle now standing between you guys, Valise, and Clear Day outside of the outside of the doorway behind Valise. This is how we are. I used my fear to do things, so now I will lash out. He is going to use his regular tendril to lash out at Inokle first, and then I'm going to spend fear to do a whole thing. I just want to see if I hit Inokle first.
Rude.
You know. With a +3 to hit, that would be a 11.
No.
Okay. Tendril, he puts his hand up, and this tendril of shadow rips out and slams into the ground next to you and pulls the ground up. And towards the end of where that happens, say a little bit near Billy and Cinnamon, there will be a large explosion of shadow. And I will need both of you to roll a presence reaction roll for me, please.
Oh boy. Okay, I'll spend my one know the tide point here to add to it.
Nice.
So I have a little plus
I'm
one.
gonna spend a stress to use. I've read about this.
Oh, when we rolled our crit, instead of getting a hope, you wouldn't be able to, and Inokle, you would gain an HP.
What?
I'd still clear the stress though, right?
You clear the stress still.
Okay.
Anytime somebody would gain a hope, you need to let me know. I'm sorry, because you're not gaining hope while we're here. Inokle, you still have HP slots to gain?
Mm-hmm.
Great. That's where they're going at the moment.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
23 with hope.
You're good. The
And
Let
shadows.
me roll to see if I take that stress.
Billy?
10 on fear.
All right, Billy. So we're gonna talk about what this looks like. This explosion of shadows happens, and it washes over Cinnamon, and she kind of gets up, and it's like, "What?" And nothing happens to her. As the shadows hit Billy, they wrap up into him like a cocoon, and he is slammed down against the ground. And you just start to cry. You can't help yourself. You just feel sorrow. You feel despair. Whatever the worst moment in your life is, it's this replaying in your mind.
I feel like this is a great time to say Billy is like, this is the first time he's been like this sad. Billy's like straight up like bleeding, like goat bleed, like lamb bleed.
Oh, baby.
Billy.
And I will spend 2 more fear now to bring that down, and I will slam you into the ground and take 2 of your HP. I'm sorry, excuse me. I will do your major threshold damage plus 10.
Okay, so 2, and then another 10 damage.
Whatever your major threshold damage is, add 10 to that, and that is how much damage it does.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so I still take 2. Yes, yeah. I'm fine.
I thought I remembered that off of your sheet, so I just said it, but then I was like, wait, let me explain the attack.
One off.
I was like, let me explain the attack.
I was like, do you have any armor left?
I do, but it's curious. Fine. I'm healed up fully, so I'm good.
So that is, and then at the end of all that, Valise will kind of turn, and he's gonna meet Clear Day's eyes and drop all of it and stop. And it'll be your all's turn. Before Valise had a difficulty of 18, it has changed immensely with Shadow. So we will. I'm just letting you all know, because spending a whole bunch of stuff is going to be silly to try and hit the 18 when it's a lot higher than that now. Please go.
I since I'm still next to Inokle, as I get up, having seen the shadows not do anything to me, but do a whole bunch of stuff to Billy, I'm like, well, crap. But she just walks over to Eno. I'm gonna give Tabba's armor.
Tabba's
She's the
armor?
only
Yeah,
one who doesn't have it. Yeah. She's just.
Okay.
I think we
I'll
all
do
need
the
it.
thing. I have no armor slots.
She's still gonna do it. That's what she does because it'll stay. It'll stay to even after you
Okay.
recover armor slots and stuff. So she would it doesn't go away on a rest. It just
Okay, cool. So she does that to Eno. Eno, do you have anything to do back, or anything at that moment specifically? And then I want to spotlight Sam Azira and that whole thing going on, because you still have a good plan theoretically with shadows. So I want to make sure we play that all the way out.
Cool.
doing a tippy tap.
But do you have anything else that you want to do in the moment?
I don't have anything to do for Cinnamon, but is Valise still vulnerable?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure of that.
I'm going to say, though, his difficulty is wildly higher at this second until stuff begins to happen. Actually, I kind of let Billy do it. I'm going to let you do it, too, because you would have an idea. And if Cinnamon, if you'd like to add a help to this, that'd be cool. You don't have to add a hope. I would like you to roll 2, and then I'll let you add a +1 to her roll yeah. But if you want to give me either an instinct or a knowledge roll, because I guess you would have a little bit of experience with what we're looking at.
It's a 20 on hope.
I rolled a 19 on hope. I did spend a stress to use. I read about this because I used knowledge.
19. Yeah, sounds good. So we'll say 21, which is cool. I was kind of looking for that 20 range anyway. The shadows, every time Valise does something, it's like doing something on an empty battery. It's almost like you can see that blink of this is him running out of steam. And everything he's talked about so far has been, okay, we want to spare. And as he hit Billy and got Billy to cry, it almost looked like it reinvigorated him for a moment. So it's like this, it's almost like he is trying, it's a creature that is attempting to run the last leg of the race, just pushing as much as he can. It's that plant in the garden that's just desperately begging for sunlight so that it can grow just enough to get more. This is, he might have been an old demon. He might have been something amazing at one point, but he is starving and he does not have anything powering him at the moment.
Eno's going to look at Billy and shout, "Hey, tell me about the boat you want."
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
I think Billy sniffles. It's a really big boat. As he kind of pushes himself up. As he kind of looks around, and I think Billy is gonna get the idea, at least with all this going on. I know there's still the Tamazir Grev stuff, but I think he kind of takes a deep breath and then takes a quick stock of everything and just goes, "All right, I'm counting on you all." And I think just in this moment, with all the disorienting and darkness around him, Billy is just going to close his eyes. And he's just going to focus on the sounds around him instead of trying to use his eyes to see in this place, and just kind of react to things as he hears them.
Sweet. I love that.
A darkness of his own choosing.
And Oakley's still snapping her fingers though. "Tell me about the boat." She needs him to be happy.
I think like he's kind of like visualizing this. He kind of speaks. It's a really grand boat. I mean, it's hard to
How
describe.
many masts?
those.
How many masts does it have? Does it have big
But
sails?
he could be telling us this while you do
Yes.
the Grib and Timber's.
Okay, great.
I mean, Cinnamon would absolutely hop in and start asking like specific questions about the boat.
Cool. So you all talk on this boat. Okay, I would like to move further back, and now this is around the time that Valise is like looking at Clear Day. They're talking about this boat. Tamazira, you have now booped over to Grev. Grev has stopped running, and you all have this. I would say like think of like this half minute to talk to one another before stuff begins to like pick up again.
Give me the book.
Okay.
Cool. That was so easy.
We don't need a half minute. We just need 2 seconds.
Exactly. She takes the book from him, and I because I can go very far into any shadow that I can see. I want to get as close to the door as possible.
But before you do that though.
Yeah.
I'm handing you the book.
Okay.
I'm keeping a firm grasp on the book.
Okay.
With one hand. I'm going to give you the book. Only because she said that she needs the book, and I'm helping you. But when this is done, you and I are going to have a long talk.
About what?
But you constantly disappearing and going into dangerous areas like, I don't know, the demon?
Okay, but currently I'm the one getting us in and out of these situations to begin with, so give me the damn book and I will get us out of the situation.
All right. You better teleport far. I'll tell you what, you better start running.
That is the plan. And as soon as she has full control of the book, she's gonna turn into shadow.
Okay. Valise is in the doorway. Clear Day is right outside. Further though, there's a whole hallway of shadows. I think that you aiming this thing though would take a little bit of control. Something decent is going to happen no matter what. You're not going to put yourself in danger here. But I would like to see how far you can push yourself.
Okay.
And I think that a finesse roll would be very interesting in this moment to see how much you can push this power of yours to manifest further away.
No matter what her roll is, I'm going to be giving her one of my prayer dice to add to the roll.
Very cool.
So I'm gonna add. You can add 3 to your roll.
Awesome. Okay, perfect. So that is a 27 with hope.
Where do you want to go?
I want to get as far out of this room, out of Valise's line of sight. I basically want to get into the furthest shadowy point I possibly can, so I can get this book and fuck off for a little bit, but not be too far that I can't get back to my party should I need to.
So,
but I know if I try and go back to them, it's going to be harder because I aimed this pretty hard.
The hallway itself was 120 straight feet. We know that because the other end of the hallway was that weird little ramp that y'all came down the other side, and there was the brazier that has all the fire in it, and this is the hallway with all the knives and stuff that Grev made a thing out of the chain, took the chain off of. You could get about halfway down that hallway if you want. So you're a good 100 feet away from everybody. So so at the moment you grab this book, you go running, and as you hit the shadows, Grev, you would see nothing except for this little blink. And then far behind Clear Day, about 50 feet, you just see as this little yellow dot comes into existence in a shadow. And Grev, was there anything else you want to do before I take it back from you?
Yes.
Okay.
I've always wanted to suplex a demon.
So I would allow you to start running towards him.
Yep.
If you roll a high enough agility roll, say you get to him before I take it back.
Okay, let's see. How does a crit sound?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hit the suplex thing then. Let's say
Double sevens, baby.
Let's
Double
do
sevens.
it. So Tava's armor goes on Inokle. By the way, you don't gain a hope. Inokle, you gain one more HP. Same thing with you rolled your agility roll in hope too, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't gain a hope from that. She would gain her HP.
And with me rolling a crit, I only clear one stress. That's it, right?
One stress, yes. You gain your HP.
I'm no longer vulnerable. I gain my HP too. Great. I have full HP now. Great. Thank you.
As you run past them, Billy, this is about the time that you have your eyes closed, so you hear this as Grev flies past you guys, and right as Valise sees this little yellow of his book come into view behind Clear Day, and Valise goes, "Hey," and it occurs to him what's happening. He's gonna feel the arms go up around.
Oh, I'm going all the way around, and the way I'm picturing it too is that I want to wrap my thick arms around his waist, basically, and then I don't know how heavy he is with all the shadow and whatnot, but I wanted to my Phoenix wing still being out. I wanted to kind of blaze in like this nice bright light, like in the middle of these shadows, to kind of help like show that I'm lifting, and then just all the way up, and then back down just as hard as I possibly can.
As it hits, it's like a crash of water and ice shattering as shadows go spiral out away from everything again. You hear a and then you can see like it looks like somebody shattered a giant orb of water, and the water is all the shadows splashing about. Grev, your wings blaze through it all, and you just hear him say, "You wound me, but I am eternal. I have to. This is unacceptable. Give me back this book. And that's my book." And he's like trying to reform as this happens.
No.
And
no, not today.
I guess Billy, Cinnamon, and Inokle, if you all have anything that you'd like to do, you may. Because I'm going to say that because of what Grev did, I will wait a little bit longer to take it back from you all.
I wish I saw Billy cry, because then I would have, as I was suplexing him, I would have said, "You made Billy cry!" And then just like absolutely like slam him down, but I don't think I saw you cry. Sorry, Billy.
No, it's
I can't
fine.
do shit right now. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Just know I would have if I could have. I thought that counts.
Cinnamon goes over to Billy because Billy is still like restrained by the shadows, and vulnerable, right? You said he was restrained and vulnerable, like encompassed by shadows. Yeah, she's gonna go out and take out her wand and like light the tip up with like this like molten like golden lava color, and she's just gonna try and like cut the shadows off of Billy.
It would cost a help action, so it'll cost a hope to undo him.
That's fine.
All right. Billy, you are no longer vulnerable or forced to feel sad.
I think Billy, like, as he kind of like reclaims his emotions from the shadowy grasp that bound him within his own soul, he kind of like takes a deep breath, eyes still closed, reaches out, gives Cinnamon a small pat on the head. Thanks, kid. Told you you had it in you.
You feel better?
Good as always. And he'll see Grev kind of like taking off as he's like holding like Valise, and Billy will just run after him. Just sprint up, just not let Grev be alone like in front of this demon. He trusts Grev to be a shield, but every shield needs a sword to match it. And so Billy's gonna try and take advantage of this opportunity and kind of like get a lick in on Valise if he has the opportunity.
Yeah, Valise is currently vulnerable because of Grev. Let's see. There's been
Can he be double vulnerable?
Nope. There's 1, 2, 3. So we have 3. That makes okay. So okay. So I know where his difficulty currently is. Billy, if you would like to go ahead.
Yeah.
Vulnerable means he does it on advantage, right?
Yes, he gets the D6.
Yep. Which you will very much need.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna flavor this as like any fawn knows. Always go for the horns. Let's see here.
Because he's being suplexed, if you hit him right now, I'm gonna do something special.
Okay. Okay.
Especially because of what you said you're doing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'll spend my one. I got an additional Seaboard Know the Tide, so I'll use my one with the from my fear roll to add to this, and that is going to be a 27 with fear.
Very good. That is a little bit above his difficulty currently. So you hit him. Are you shooting?
I think Billy's gonna slide in. Like, yeah, he's shooting, but like it's like barrel snuff. Like,
So I'm gonna say, Grev is suplexing him. It's like the water, like the shadows are pouring off of him, and you slide in and pull out and go, and as you do, one of his long, tenderly horns just shatters and explodes outwards away from him as you pull the horn off, and you see real blood for the moment.
and I think I'm gonna.
How much damage do you do?
Yeah, I'll. Oh no, that's on a melee attack, so I can't just fucking kick him. But
Yeah, I
would
didn't.
love
I
to hit.
didn't roll any damage for my suplex. Wait, is that
You
okay?
made him
Is that better at
vulnerable
all?
and made him able to be hit.
Okay.
If that's cool. If you
No,
have
no,
damage
that's fine.
to do.
No. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Making sure. Also, I was wrong about the prayer dice. I'm sorry, I messed that up because I helped Tamazira, but it's actually I can only do it for allies within far range, and I didn't read that. I don't know how much of a difference that makes to her traveling. She still rolled really high anyway, but
She was next to you when she started to travel, so you're fine.
okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be 13 damage.
Okay, so you'll do an HP. Boop. But you also explode his horn. It just rips off of him. Real blood starts to come out. And this is when anger ensues. Like, you see, like, real anger on his... He was getting mad and annoyed, and then he's getting suplexed, and he's just like, enough. And I will spend the fear to interrupt.
Well, he rolled with fear, so you don't have to spend it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm backing you up.
You're
No,
right.
that's
You're
all
right. I forgot.
Right.
I'm not used to you all rolling on fear. I'm not gonna lie.
We've rolled really well today. Like, we've rolled really well today.
Okay, so great. He will interrupt. I will spend the fear to unbind myself from Grev, because that needs to stop. But it's gonna what it's gonna look like is like an explosion of shadow, and everything pushes everybody away. Everybody will go to close range on him, so out of melee distance, basically.
Okay.
Darn.
He is
Man.
going to.
I think we're already there, you know.
Yeah, you two are already there. He's gonna look down, and at first for the moment, he is distracted by Billy because of what just happened. His horn wrecked. There's a blood coming out of like where this little stub that should be there. He's gonna touch it for a second, and like look down at his hand and look at like actual blood on his fingers. He's never seen his own blood. And he's just gonna take it and look up, and all of these shadows are gonna tear their way towards Billy like vines growing exceedingly fast with giant razor blades like going through them. Think like a chainsaw coming towards you.
Yeah.
It is a 14 to hit.
Beat it.
Okay, and that'll be 8 plus 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. So 16 damage.
Oof. Okay, let's see here. We'll roll the Tava's armor here, which is going to be a 3, and then plus the first armor slot, which is another 3, so that's 6. We'll spend, so we'll spend 2 armor slots here. That'll bring it down to a 7, which means that I'll only take the 1. Oof.
And then he is going to, as he hits you, he's going to turn his back and begin to walk out the room towards where Clear Day and his book is. And he's going to be screaming as he does this. All of your cutting and your tricks, you're not going to escape me. You're not going to escape your past. You're going to carry it with you like the rattling darkness that you know. And he's just talking out loud to Tamazira because she has this damn book.
I want to take my knife and just be like working at the fucking gem. Like, come on.
Oh, roll me a tinker roll. Oh shit, hold on, that's a really good idea. Yeah, finesse roll. Go.
Finesse. Okay, cool.
Okay, I'm gonna say up front, it's gonna take more than one finesse roll to knock this thing off, unless you get a crit. If you get a crit right now, I'm gonna let you just knock this shit out right immediately.
Please be a crit. Like, yo, 2 7s.
So he's doing this thing. It's like he's looking towards you, and on a crit, you get it just perfectly. The gem goes and pops out of the book. The book itself, you haven't even looked in. The paper starts to like defuse and like almost like the book starts to like crumble itself up.
Yes, I want to catch the gem. Can I use it as part of my finesse roll since I critted?
You catch the gem?
Awesome. Yeah.
I need a presence roll from you.
Oh no. 18 on hope.
Okay. Theoretically you would fail it, but
okay.
Let's talk about that. The gem ebbs, and you know it's pulsing. You do this thing, the book starts to fall, you drop it, everything's going great, and you catch it, and the second you hit it or grab it, you see it's almost like as you pull your hand down, you're standing among all of your family.
Oh no!
And you can feel sunlight, but it's like in front of you, so like you're standing in the shadow. You can feel this like line where the sun would be. You can hear people laughing, and you can like feel the others that you grew up with. You came up with the others you used to your assassin kin talking around you, just going about their regular day, and you can hear. The head priestess, the head of your cult, the head of whatever you want to call your family unit, talking. This person you revere and genuinely love. This person that, although you all are assassins, you are a family. You are this unit that like always has each other's backs, and she is talking to you, and it's like drowned out words at this moment, and then she's like, Tamazira, are you actually listening? And then you kind of like shake out of it for a second, and you look up, and you can see her. She's right there. And she puts her hands in your hands, and you feel them. It's been like 70 years. You're holding her hands. And you like look up, you're like, yeah. And she's like, I know that you can do this, but just blatantly ignoring details never does good for anyone. And you're like, no, like, you know what I mean? Like, and you can feel the words coming from your mouth, but you know that you said them in the past, but you can't believe that you're right there talking about them again. And then she looks at it and goes, I mean, this is a simple task. You'll be back before dinner.
I was never back. And
This wash of emotion hits you, and you are stunned in place until you can shake yourself out of it with a better presence roll.
Oh my fuck!
I will get to you, Cinnamon, in just a second. I have one more thing to do. I need to do it because realistically, Clear Day has been standing in his spot for however long, not doing anything.
Keep posing.
Right,
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I do have something I wanted to do. I just wanted to know how far away he was from Tamazira. How far away Valise was from Tamazira.
Okay, so she's like 50 feet.
You said she was 50. Yeah, you said she was 50 feet down
Clear
the hall.
Day is about. So Valise would be about 50 feet from her.
Okay.
He's pushing his way out, and Clear Day is gonna stop and just be like, "Oh my god, everybody is always chasing something useless." And he's gonna take his hand and slant, and as he moves it like this, the entire wall is gonna erupt, and there's gonna be all these vines that go and cleave into Valise, trying to slam him against the own wall. It's gonna look like shadows like open up and like move around it, so it's almost like trying to catch like the wind. And so like the hand of vines and stuff collapses, and Valise and Clear Day are now standing like face to face. And Valise is gonna stare at him for a second and be like, "Oh, you're so sad though. I can feel it." And he's gonna take his hands, and I'm gonna let Anokle roll for Clear Day, because I have a habit of doing something to Anokle's
My
favorite
NPC.
NPCs.
All my
But
NPCs.
I let Anokle roll for her NPCs. So anyway, Anokle, if you'd like to roll a d20 and add his 5 for finesse to it, I will roll against you with Valise's. Actually, right now you're rolling against Valise's difficulty, so go ahead.
19 plus 5 is 24.
Cool.
That's bad.
He's gonna hit Clear Day's face, and you're gonna see the mushrooms begin to wash off of it, and see skin for the first time in Anokle's lifetime. The mushrooms are gonna the fungus that has taken over him, these large veins of black and purple, are gonna start to clear away. He is an elf of thin green, of like this light green tinge skin color. The big mushrooms that are like around his head are gonna start to flake away and disintegrate as you see ears go pop out, because he has long elven ears. But like, I don't know if y'all ever watched Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but like, you know how everybody made fun of Will Smith for having big ears? Like, this is the idea. Like not Valise. Clear Day has large ears. Like, for an elf, he has like big ears. So these things kind of like unfurrow for the first time. All of the stuff, it looks like shadow begins to absorb everything, and you can see Clear Day kind of like starting to cough, and there's all of this like ichor, and there's this clear liquid that is coming out of him for a second. You realize it's aloe pushing its way through him, and then blood starts to come out of his cough, and he begins to fight back. And now you all may take a turn while Valise and Clear Day are in the midst of fighting each other.
Cinnamon, can you do the door? It's all you hear from Oakley, just this sheer panic.
Yeah, I was already gonna do it. You just see her, she's already in the it's literally because okay, so what I would like to do, and I would definitely allow Ito to come through with me if I can successfully make the door. But when I pop out of the door, I want to pop out next to Valise, and I would like to flare up my runic circle, which would essentially he'll take damage. He'll automatically take damage because it costs me a stress to do it,
Yeah.
and get pushed out of melee range from me, so away from Clear Day at the same time.
That's so cool. Anokle, what are you doing along those lines?
I'm coming out the door swinging the scythe.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to make this a tag team role?
I don't think we have
We
the
don't
hope
have
for that.
hope for that.
Neither of you do. Okay, great. Go. Do the things at the same
But
time.
I successfully do my door because I have to roll for that.
Very
So
good.
door opens, and then I spend the stress to
Mhm.
activate my runic circle.
Okay, so you come through. The runic circle is going to go up as she swings her scythe. I'm going to let both of them happen at the same time because flavorful. That's like really cool, and so I want it. Okay, with your attempt to do the thing, that and then the runic circle, that will bring his brings his difficulty down. So okay, new difficulty here. Go ahead if you'd like to roll to hit.
Yeah, mine automatically happens. I did
Yes.
25 damage.
Oh, very cool, very cool. That is his major threshold, so you will do 2 HP. Noted. A no clay.
I rolled a 27 on fear.
That hits, and I will take my fear. How far does it?
So I
push
do.
him? I didn't mean. To
It just says
I have a question.
it just says out of melee range, so like 10 15 feet.
Back
Not flinging like my power push, just
Oh, okay. No, but that would put him back through the doorway. That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah.
A no clay.
I did 26 damage.
twice.
Okay. Yeah. Scythe. Power push through the doorway. Billy, Grev, same timeline. What are y'all doing? I would like to say that what this looks like is he grabs Clear Day, and you can see like him siphoning stuff off of him. Clear Day's like whole body is like being like ripped apart and tormented by just liquid shadow. Think like Venom, like going off in like the 90s comics, and then this doorway opening up, this scythe slamming through the door, slamming into him, and then this giant circle of like it looks like an explosion, and Valise's body just rolls back through the door, and you could see like the light itself has been like hurting him, so it's like it almost looks like it's boiling across his chest, and he is on the ground prone for a second. This is when
I would also
are there.
I was just gonna note that the runic circle stays. It's a temporary magic circle, which means that if you want to get rid of it, you have to take your fear.
In the distance, you would see Tamazira having just grabbed the stone, like in place, holding her arm up, but not able to move.
This is also the first time anyone hears, like actually speak.
Mm.
And she just get away from him. And
She
she's
said-
got her scythe ready to attack again.
Yeah, Tamazira is just like crying in place, holding this stone, like actual tears and smoky tears happening at the same time.
So Billy,
Don't hurt my new friend.
Yeah, this is Billy and Gruff.
I think seeing him kind of like tumble towards the doorway, Billy will kind of look to Grev and go, "Line him up for me," and then he'll use his fawn trait in kind of like a way where he can like leap up to close range easily. But he's going to leap up off of Grev's shoulder into the air, and then he's going to throw his dagger down, and if that hits, I'm going to spin the stress and have him use his kick ability as him slamming down into the demon.
Cool. Okay. You roll hit. Grev, what are you doing?
Well, now I can't do what I want to do.
Wow.
So,
Well, do it. If you got a better plan,
doing?
do your thing.
no, I was just trying to get out of there.
You
Because
can easily
that's
do
the
that.
whole idea.
No,
is
you
the
can,
whole idea to shut him into here with a sealed door thing that Cinnamon does? Is that the idea?
I mean, we can't.
That door
Oh.
shattered.
You can't. No, the door.
Is there no door anymore?
Did the door shatter?
The room, the ward shattered.
Yeah, the
the
ward
doors
shattered.
opened.
So the door's just opened. Okay.
The door,
Well, like I mean, they blew open, but I think
Yeah.
they're
the
still
door
there.
exploded.
Yeah.
The ward shattered and hurt Cinnamon. I think
Door,
the door actually
yeah.
just shot open.
Yeah.
The fleshy door.
The fleshy door. Yeah.
Yes, the fleshy door.
Well, I'm gonna spend 3 hope,
Okay.
Oh?
and I'm gonna do a team attack with Billy.
Yeah.
Are you all meaning to end in or outside of the room?
Outside.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. His current difficulty is still above 20.
All right. We will do what we can. Can I spend my last hope to add Billy's swashbuckler feat to this kind of like very aerial, like swingy kind of
I mean, yeah, you can
rockish
swing it on-
maneuver?
I would say that works.
This rakish maneuver, if you will.
Yeah.
We're not gonna use my roll, Billy.
Okay. Heard that. Let's see what Billy rolls. Oh, mine's
I'll
a
add-
9.
I'll add
Mine's-
2. I'll spend another prayer dice. I'm gonna add 2 to your roll.
To my roll?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a 21 then. I don't know if that hits.
That is
I think
exactly
that's like.
that is exact. I said it's still just over 20. We play make it take.
Yeah, because
it
it got
go for
low. He said it got lowered with
Yep.
us popping out the door. And
Everything.
Okay.
Every time something happens to him, it gets lower. And because
Gotcha.
you are draining him, and then he gains, and then he drains. That's how we've been doing the whole
Yeah,
thing.
because I only rolled
Yeah.
an 8 on hope, so mine was very low.
Gotcha. All right. Then I will also spend the stress for that kick. And from Billy, that's going to be 22 damage.
Would I still roll damage? I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
we have
you
the
add your damage to it. You both add your damage together.
Yeah.
Dude. Fine. Add 11 to that.
Very
33.
good. Okay. All right. And then you push him too, right, Billy?
I do.
So he gets thrown more into this room.
Actually, and so do I because of my forceful push ability.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Oh,
he gets like launched into the middle of the room, rolls out about where he originally was when Tamazira entered.
Oh, actually, no. I'm sorry. Make an attack with your primary weapon in melee range on a success. You deal damage, push the target. But I technically didn't succeed.
No,
You
Technically,
did
Billy
succeed.
No, no,
succeed
No, you
because it hurt.
did.
It's a team attack. You
if
both
I
succeed.
hit
You
you,
only-
Oh, okay, great. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Don't
So
worry.
then, yeah, I would push him too.
it's good. It's good. All right, so he rolls out, and he's gonna look like he's gonna start to like stand back up. He's hurt. He is having trouble. This is a vampire that hasn't fed in a long time. Getting to his feet. You all are outside of the room. Tamazira, you are still going through it, but Tamazira, give me a presence roll against his current difficulty.
Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Please be good. Hey, okay. All right, not bad. Presence. What is 22 on hope?
You can see this. Like you said, you felt her hands. You know that she said that you'll be back before dinner, and you know that you weren't. And then as you're saying no, and you just kind of look around, and there you are again in this room, holding now your quarry. You get to take a breath. You get to react. You get to do something. This is yours. But as you turn around to look, you realize everybody's outside the door. He is far back, but his eyes meet yours as you both make eye contact and you realize he is going to get up and jettison for you as fast as possible.
Oh no! I would like to pocket the gem.
Hey, is he moving? He has to move past Grev and Billy,
He's gonna have
right?
to move past everybody to get to him, but this is now a very desperate, very old demon.
Because Billy
Uh,
does have attack of
I got-
opportunity.
Well, I mean, Cinnamon's gonna yell at you to shut the doors.
That's what I'm saying. So if you all have time, this is just I'm just setting up the moment. Like
Yeah, I know.
you
Cinnamon
all-
would be like, "Don't worry about attacking him. Shut the doors."
So it's up to
I'll shut
everyone.
the
And
door.
Ina's
That's what
there with the
Cinnamon's
scythe.
saying. As she's starting to like do her little waddle run towards where Grev and Billy are at. It is not her running is not heroic at all.
I love it.
It is literally like a toddler running down the street. It's like,
Grev,
Oh,
are you-
quick question, Way. I am gonna close the door. When we were attacking, we were outside the door.
You're in the doorway.
So do we gain our hope at this point, or is it still not a hope gaining zone at this point?
You don't gain hope. And Oakley gains the
Okay.
health back though.
I'm full.
It's him.
You're full.
It's
You can remove a stress.
Oh.
oh, that's nice.
Anyway, this is gonna become a problem very fast. I promise. That being said, Grev,
Mm.
in the most important role of the campaign so far,
Oh yeah, wonderful. Sure,
would you
no
like
pressure.
to go ahead? And, would you like to go ahead and roll strength to close the doors?
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend my last hope to help him by like magically trying to like pull them with him as I'm toddling towards the doors.
I'm down for that. Good.
So
Billy
you
just
can
wait.
add a d6.
Well, that one's cocked actually. So
Billy's just waiting. Good old Mexican standoff. Crit.
I crit.
Crit.
I crit.
Crit.
I crit on double fours. I crit. I rerolled one.
Hell yes!
Grev,
And it was literally the same. Oh my gosh.
Grev grabs his pushes his fingers into the door itself. This very weirdly feeling skin, this like ancient like petrified skin door, and some of the skin shatters as he pushes and digs his fingers in, and you realize this is a heavy door. This is not something that's made to be moved by normal people. And you are not normal people, Grev. Your wings tense as you go, and you just slam these things together like somebody like you for just a moment. Grev is in the Iron Man pose on the rings, and then he just brings them together as both the doors, as they slam shut, they shake. And you have left your own handprints in the door where where it's supposed to not be held.
Nice.
And they close, and you hear Valise's voice echoing that you will grieve, and you will not lock me away, but when you do, I will be waiting in your grief. And then it just kind of shuts on his monologue
Good.
as he begins to move forward. Cinnamon, if you
Cinnamon
would.
finally gets there and presses her hands up against the door like she did earlier, except this time instead of sucking the inky runes out of the door, they start spreading out from her fingers across the whole door before flashing and disappearing as she casts Runic Lock on the door.
And the door, the lock goes up, and he slams against the door. You hear the and the whole thing shakes. You hear the as the whole thing shakes again. And you realize you've locked the door. But against something like him, it's not going to stay locked forever. So
We
you
should go.
have-
We should probably start going like right now.
And before we do anything else, we're going to take a 15-minute break.
Cool.
See y'all
Yeah.
here again in just a minute. Be right back.
I'm hopeless.
And we're all back. Whew. What a great break. Although I did leave off with everything, the door being locked. I forgot, Billy. By all means, you have your line to give before I go on.
Yeah. As the door closes, Billy kind of spins his pistol. As you always know, letting the kid out of bag, holsters it. It's a whole lot easier than putting it back in.
Very good. All right. Everybody else is doing something. Tamazira has just had her heart like kind of jump into her throat a little bit as this demon rushes forward, the door slams shut, and while everybody else is having this moment, Anokle, you look down at this elf that lies sprawled out on the cold stone floor. His body is a fragile ruin of what you've known it. His skin, once deep brown of ancient bark, pallid and thin, as if it's been drained of its life. Patches of flesh where fungal growths had taken root for centuries are raw and bare, the remnants of one thriving colonies of mushrooms and creeping mycelium, now more than just hollow scars across his veins and his chest. His veins were once threaded with eerie bioluminescence from the infestation that pulsed faintly like a heartbeat that you came to know. Now they're just residual echoes as this unnatural bond that has sustained him for so long is gone, and for the very first time, blood begins to pump through his body. His hair, or what remains of it, brittle clumps falling around his face and his strands weakened by years of parasitic decay. His ears long, elegant and a bit too big for his head, are tatters at the edges of the clustered of the fungi that once bloomed in grotesque ornaments around him. And his breath comes slow and shallow, inhaled and exhaled as this ragged body pushes the breath through him. His golden eyes, dulled by the exhaustion, flicker open and he stares up at the ceiling, unfocused, uncertain. His voice is not even the same. He looks over and his fingers weakly press up against your body as if he's trying to grab at the mushrooms. And he goes, I've always hated the way the air feels against my skin. And then passes out again.
Is he's still banging on the door during this time?
Yes.
Cinnamon has kind of suggested that we move along.
Don't worry, I will let y'all get to that. No, Clay, do you have any reactions to this other than to laugh at him?
She's been looking at him, this kind of like scared, mixed with confused look on her face, because she remembers not an hour ago, 30 minutes ago, she was looking at her reflection not being human or not being mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many questions as she like touches him and whispers, Clear Day, we have to go.
Like a young child talking to his mother, trying to get him up for school. In a very dramatic fashion, Clear Day will say, I need to be carried, and roll his head over.
I'm going to scoop his ass up and give him a little bit of payback. I want to give him a little bit of payback for shoving his branch arm in my face.
Yep.
I wanted to have Cinnamon carry him because Cinnamon's tiny, but she has levitation now, so I wanted Cinnamon.
By all means.
No. Grev. No. Grev has a good point. Grev owes him one. If you get what I mean. Grev owes him. By all means, Grev, please.
I'm gonna slump his body over my shoulder. Give him a nice little tap on the buttocks and say, "Let's go."
His body just hangs there like a kid being carried in from the car.
Cinnamon leans down to where his head is, or up, more likely up to where the head is, and just says, "If you get uncomfortable, I can just let me know."
He's gonna cough and go, "I'm dead."
No, you're not.
I was like, y'all have never known this dramatic man, but trust me, it gets worse. Anyway, Billy.
As we run the head out, Billy is going to grab the broken horn that fell off, that he knocked off, and just kind of pocket that as he kind of runs by, take it to go, and just start booking it for the opposite side of the room, where the tunnel that they slid down was.
All right, here we go. Tamazira.
Yes.
Roll a presence roll.
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Oh no. I have a bad feeling about this.
No, it's funny. It's more funny than anything else.
That is a 15 with fear.
Okay. Fear. Great. You all turn to run, and everybody's about to run. If you remember, the end of the hallway had this like little U-shaped divot in it. Again, there was one side that you came sliding down, and the other side that hadn't been touched yet. And as you all turn, everybody's about to run, and then Tamazira, you go, and there's something that lights up this direction, the direction you haven't gone in yet. And you hear, "This, go that. This is the way." And you recognize her voice.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna follow the voice in my head.
Are you gonna say anything to everybody else?
I'm going this way. Just the hand like comes up and like points in the direction she's going, like this way.
When she says that, I immediately telepathically connect with her in case she disappears.
So
Since I lost it when I went unconscious.
That's so fair.
I feel like this should be like can I accept the call kind of thing. Like,
oh, I mean, you can still have the door there, but it just happens.
That's fine.
That's funny. Okay.
You just kind of feel the door like pop up in the back of your mind again.
Is this like a prison collect call? Like, are you like, "Hey, you have a collect call from..."
She doesn't say anything.
Donovan.
She just opens the connection. She doesn't say anything. She's just like, well, like, just in case.
Tamazir is like thinking to herself, like, I really need to get my mental defenses up. I got too many voices in my damn head. Like,
Okay, so are y'all gonna? Which way are we all going?
I mean, I asked why.
Follow Tamazir.
But also, how far away
is
is that when Tamazir was like next to us, or is she still ahead of us, or
Theoretically, you guys are all about to like leave as a group, and Tamazir just goes, "I'm going this way." So it depends. Are you all just gonna follow around this corner and go right?
Yep.
And okay. He's got clear day, so I'm guessing Inokle's going that way too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you all, as you all turn and start to go up this long ramp, if anybody's to look back, you'd realize that there are swarms of those bugs coming down the other ramp to go into the room. It's like you all just missed.
oh.
And as you're going up now, there's like 6 different directions to go in that span in this large room of a mine. You all are in the collective mine shafts. Think like the labyrinth of mine shafts. All you know is you have to go upwards to get back to the surface, and they all kind of go in different directions.
Do I see a light?
I have a question.
Yep.
But also after that,
On Fear, you see a dim light that would take you either left or right in this one little Y shape, and both of them kind of look the same.
I don't like that. But I am going to relate to the rest of the party. These two are giving me a good feeling. She's not going to reveal why she's saying any of this, but she's just, trust me on this. I know what I'm doing.
Billy's gonna look at her, go, good feeling, like when you land into the mushroom thing. Good feeling, like you teleported into the room with Valise, or different good feeling.
Different good feeling.
Cinnamon, what were you gonna say?
Cinnamon studied a map of this place and drew a map of this place. Do either of these, especially maybe one of the two that she points out, feel like they might lead to a way out of here?
So, in the hurry and the like commotion of it all, and you guys are in the center of the labyrinth, if you would like to try and roll knowledge to find where you are on the map and then figure out which way to go in the mix of all this craziness, you may. I will definitely let you roll a knowledge roll. And I will also say that every time somebody makes a roll, bugs will either get closer or further from you.
That's fine. I'm absolutely going to spend a stress to use. I've read about this because I read the map.
Very good.
Instead of rolling to like detect, like, or like read the map, I'm just gonna have Billy like as like kind of like lookout, like just keeping an ear out for if he doesn't know which way to go, but he's gonna keep an ear out for if a way suddenly becomes, here's like the chitter or clatter of those aliens coming down, or the little like mushroom things. Like, okay, that's a direction we shouldn't go in.
Okay.
I rolled a crit, double threes.
Very good. You get to clear stress. Hey,
yes, the stress I just
Clay,
spent.
do you have any stress?
Didn't get her.
You can clear one.
It's my last stress.
Okay. Ooh. Okay.
Things about to get weird with Eno.
This is about to get really weird, trust me. Okay, here we go. All right. You find your place on the map very quickly. With the help of Tamazira, you realize that both of these directions could work. The question is going to be, what is down either of these ways? One leads to a collection of what looks like up and down elevators, and the other one leads to a winding, very long mine shaft that will come into a larger room before getting to the surface. Both lead to the surface. Do you want to chance elevators or large room full of things like all the equipment?
I mean, Cinnamon would suggest not the elevators, given the fact that the floor mouse had followed us through the elevator shafts already in our journey, but that is just what she would suggest. She would let whoever's leading choose when she talks about the two options that we have. Well, we could go this way, and it's really windy, and it goes to a room, or we could go to the elevators, but the floor marks have been going through the elevators, so I don't know if that's the best way. But anyways, these two ways will lead us to the surface.
Billy, you start to hear a larger rumble and realize that while the little bugs made their way, you can hear the larger of the bugs beginning to come through.
Oh boy.
So this is a left or right decision.
We gotta go, and we gotta go quick. I say we take the one with the shaft. Elevator traps us. It'll go up directly, but if they catch up to us, ain't nothing we can do about it.
Cinnamon just starts toddling.
Does that feel good for Tamazira and Oakley?
Yep.
Okay, long, winding room. As you enter it, it's almost like there's a little geode glitter through all of it. And in the glitter, you can see that same faint line as if, yes, this is the correct way to take Tamazira. This is a long, winding shaft that leads up as it goes. Kind of think like circular as you're going. I would like a collective agility roll from you guys. Who is going to take charge of being in the front, though?
I feel like Billy's a pretty decent navigator.
It's not
At
about
least, like-
it's not about navigating. It's about everybody is going to either add. So the way this is going to go is you're going to roll your agility. Whoever's in the front is going to roll their agility, and then everybody else is going to roll against what I have, and then they're either going to add one or subtract one from your roll
I
based
have
on
a
what happens.
3 to my agility.
I should not lead any physical thing ever.
Okay.
I'm carrying a person, so I'm not leading.
Okay, so Billy's leading. He's the first one up the thing. So everybody roll agility, and Billy, you are up front, and then I'm looking for a 13. If anybody rolls below 13, let me know.
I rolled a
Wait, I can
16.
re-roll that.
I have a 16 on hope. Do I get to add in hope now?
No.
Is my hope still gone? Okay, she's still messing with our shit.
I'm gonna use
That's
my
so funny.
Seaborn trait to add a +1 to this roll for Billy. We are at a 14, so
I rolled a
crit.
crit.
God,
I,
oh my
I
goodness!
also rolled a crit. I originally rolled a 3 and a 1, but the 1 was on my hope, which I get to re-roll for lucky, and I rolled a 3. So
Okay.
I rolled
also
on
got a
two
crit.
12s.
Hey,
Damn.
it's the same.
When's it my turn?
I know, right?
Right.
Like, watch all my rolls the next game be terrible.
That's how it goes.
Right? Yeah.
Billy?
Really.
I have a 14 with fear. I every roll this session.
And Oakley, what
Thank
did you
you,
get?
Seaboard trait.
I got 14 on hope.
Okay. So, let's talk about some fun stuff.
Oh boy.
We're going to count this roll overall on hope. Because you two rolled crits. Grev rolled a hope. Billy, although rolled fear, overall, I would say that you all did very good. Crits and everything else is insane. You all are going to put distance between you and this fluoromorph like swarm. And you're gonna get to this big room. And no, Clay, you don't have any more stress or hope, right?
Mm-mm.
You may remove one of your HP slots.
Oh shit.
What?
Please remove one of your HP slots. As in exit out, because you don't have it anymore.
Oh,
Jeez.
okay.
We should probably stress Eno out.
Oh no. He's just
So you all get to this room. This room is dark. Where there used to be lights, it almost looks like they have been like bolted out. There are hanging like arcane and like electrical things from the ceiling. They're like you can see like these like arcane I think like Tesla coil jumps of magic from one side to the other. You can tell this room used to do something big. There's this big vat in the center. It's a big circle. And there are these large things that look like they would like maybe you put ore in it or something like that. You can see the residue of like what used to be coal or different kinds of stone. This would break down that into something. These large carts look like they go up to it in different directions. And this is the center of the top of this labyrinth. So like think like the umbrella comes from this area. Everything eventually comes back to here in some degree. Which means that with the knowledge of our map, you guys are one floor below reaching the surface.
Oh.
And there is a large door. It is thick. It is this large cask metal. And it is closed. And is the only door that... There's another smaller hatch, but this hatch looks like it might be an emergency hatch at some point. And with nothing else on, this thing is not powered. but this is where you're at, and this large door is the same size as that big door from the very first day where you like had to get it open. You were in your own little room. This kind of same kind of door.
Okay.
Behind you, where the tunnel was, there is no door. But if you can figure out how to close it, you could arcane lock it. You just have to figure out if there's some way to close it or shut it up. I'm just saying ahead of time because now I'm going to put you in this. I'm going to put you in the situation where, one, you all realize every time you roll hope, Anocle is going to lose an HP slot, and eventually something's going to happen.
Oh
boy.
no.
Maybe
They don't know that yet.
Well, no, I'm gonna say they just saw it.
Characters know that.
I'm gonna say your characters watched
understand it?
as this got here. So as far as your characters know, Anocle looks like she is dying.
Oh
Because
no.
you get to this area and she starts to like you could physically see she's like kind of like, oh god, like you almost look like you go frail. It doesn't look like you're hurt. It looks like you are
Withering.
like, yeah, withering. That's thank you. There's something to it. Like it's something is happening. But also your voice is shifting in and out. In their heads, anytime you speak, it's almost like there's another person speaking through you, saying your words. Anocle, you recognize your sister's voice.
Claire Day would recognize her too.
Clear Day is dead.
He's dead. Yeah.
Oh god.
Kind of,
He's
kind of
being
accepts-
dramatic.
yeah.
That's my new bestie right there.
God help him. But you also realize, Billy, you can hear because you've been listening. Like you said, you know this that very large thing that y'all fought the first day is starting to make his way up the circle to the door to the room you're in. And this one door is just between you all on the surface. But you don't know if you open this door in front of you, you're going to be able to close it as fast. What would y'all like to do?
Is there any object in here that is big enough to put in front of the tunnel behind us?
There are a lot of
Got
objects in here
something.
big enough.
I got something. Let Billy cook for a second.
Okay,
Things
I'm
might-
gonna let you do that. I have one more question real fast. I'm so sorry because I don't remember.
No, you're good.
How many HP slots do you have, Anocle? So I know.
6 now.
6. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Billy.
I have 2 things left in my back pocket. It is the second Frost Wall scroll, and the second Breaching Charge.
I forgot all about these damn scrolls. That's good.
Billy is
Bonding.
going to Billy is going to put the Breaching Charge, so it is literally just going to blow out the ground where it would climb up and just collapse the entire tunnel system they just climbed up. And then he's going to put a Frost Scroll up so that it can just the blast any like shrapnel and stuff does not fly in. It is all directed downwards. I'm going to send this thing back down where it came from, hopefully.
Okay. If everybody is good with that, I'm gonna make that be one roll. Are we
Does
all-
this frost wall
I'm good with
stay?
that.
the frost?
I'm
wall,
good with it. I'm just. Is it something? Could I lock the frost wall afterwards?
I believe with Arcane Lock, you can lock anything that encloses a doorway. Am I correct?
Yeah, it encloses. It's anything that can be that encloses something. A lock, a chest, box, doors.
Then I would
windows.
magically allow this to be locked. Yes, this would make sense
Great.
to me. Okay.
I was good with it either way. I was just curious if she could
I
also
like-
lock it afterwards.
I like the idea. Billy, this would be a. I guess this is a finesse roll.
Gotcha. Finesse it is. Well, since I succeeded with fear again, I will once again use my C word to add this. And we'll see. Oh, now I roll with hope. It's a 19 on hope.
You can X one of your. That's another one of your slots out there,
Sorry, Eno. I apologize.
Um, yeah, no, but on a 19 it goes off with a hitch.
Oh,
The ground rips, so it's gonna put more time between you as you don't see it, but you can hear vines and stuff start to whip up and try and create this area. But the explosion is large, and as the fire pushes in and as it dissipates, this thing goes up. Are you going to lock the door?
Yeah, I'm gonna use runic lock and just you'll see the ink spread out of her hands, flash up the frozen wall,
Does it take a roll?
and lock it. No, it just
Beautiful.
happens. I just have to touch it. I just have to touch it,
Okay.
and then it happens.
So now you all are in this room, very dark, Tamazir's favorite, and all you gotta do is figure out large door in front of you, and again, maybe not on such a tight time limit, but there's still a time limit to this because you're not going to stop that large thing from getting here if he wants to. He will burrow his way up here if he has to.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Cinnamon would suggest just trying the door to see if it is unlocked first before we make assumptions about anything.
The door is locked.
Okay, I'm just.
No, I can see Cinnamon try the door, and it's
Just-
like, okay, it's not budging.
It's locked.
That
Is
is
the
something I would
same-
do to you, so that makes sense.
Is the same
This
mechanism?
is something that I do to players all the time.
Same
Is the
mechanism.
Is the same mechanism present that was in the room that we were in?
You don't see it, but the emergency hatch next to the doorway doesn't have a big thing, which was like the big switch that made that happen. But you could see that there are things in this emergency hatch that looks like it probably feeds up into the wall, but next to it.
But it's a small little hatch, right?
Yeah.
So somebody small probably go in there and check it out.
That, or you would need to like rip through the wall somehow. Yeah.
I mean, Cinnamon is tiny, and she does things.
Go for it.
So Cinnamon would offer to go like take a look to see if she can figure out how to maybe disable this door.
The hatch itself needs to either be ripped open or there's a small locking mechanism that you'd have to open. It's not just a normal switch.
I will try to open it with brute strength then.
Okay. Strength check.
It's fear.
Nope, sorry, no clay. Mark another one. It's a 17 on hope.
Yeah, you pull this thing open like like you're a can opener, and the whole thing just rips open. Grev, like, I feel like at this point Grev is just tired of it. He's just like going to the fucking surface.
So all I guess I'm good for is opening things and closing things.
How close is Tamazir to Grev?
Probably pretty close.
Okay. As Cinnamon begins to like, even with Cinnamon's height, you'd have to like kind of hunker down to like get in. This is definitely a little area that was made for like a gnome to crawl into to work. You know what I mean? Or a dwarf to like lay down in and work with their hands, type of thing. So it's not deep. It's just you got to hunker down to get in there and like look around. As it happens, you two next to each other, Grev and Tamazira, and you just for a moment you both would kind of feel like arms kind of go over your shoulders, like you all are kind of, and then like you could feel like her bird head almost between you both. And both of you at the same time, for the very first time, would just hear Vivid's voice. And she just kind of says, "We are so close to achieving such an immensely important goal. I just want you to both know I'm so proud of you." And then Grev would feel like a bird on inside of his head, like she kissed his
Oh.
forehead.
Oh.
Oh.
And like you would feel a shake against your shoulders, like good job, you know,
Ah.
Zira. And both of you get one hope.
Woohoo!
Hey.
Yay, finally. Singular hope.
A hope. I have one
A
hope.
singular hope.
All right.
and
I
it will
can do nothing.
dissipate for a second. Billy, if you were to be watching them both, you would see this thing like kind of nod, grab his head a little bit, and like a shake on her, almost like as they both are like it would look weird. Like the point is, like you would see it, but it would look very weird. Like they both are having like a daydream together or something like that.
Oh.
And then Anokle, what are you doing? Other than falling apart. I guess what I'm asking is, you're starting to feel like this drain and this sense, and then you hear your sister, and then you don't hear anything. Like you haven't, like you don't hear your sister's voice yet. You can hear, like if you go to talk, you can kind of like or say anything. You kind of hear the duality of it all. So I'm asking, like, what in this moment are you feeling and doing?
She's kind of panicking because how does she explain that somebody she watched die is inside of her killing her? Other than just this exhausted and breathy kind of, for everyone else it's the voices in their head like she's always spoke, and she's just, Oleander's here, she's doing this, and then she exhales and she says, clear day, this isn't funny anymore.
You you realize as you're talking, it's almost like part of the words are getting out. Something's trying to like snuff your words together. And then you would hear your sister's voice come back to you. Stop. We both chose this direction. Shh, we're gonna see. Let's just open the door and get to the surface and see the work I've done. The work we've done together. We can be part of this. Shh. And then it's almost like it's like a sibling talking to her sister. Shh, stop. You know what I mean? Like, quiet. Like, trying to like stop one brother from telling mom that you just got hurt or something like that. But as she's saying, shush, it's like as she's speaking, your words aren't able to come out, even mentally. So now you're fighting her back and forth.
Well,
Yep.
I was gonna say, while Tamazira and Grev are kind of having their weird, like, hive mind sibling moment.
Not weird.
Billy,
It's totally normal. Happens to everybody.
Totally normal.
do
Totally
not
normal.
vibrate in place with each other like that. That is
We're
not.
just vibing. Fun.
Maybe they do, but not Billy's type of
We
friend.
just having a little moment, that's all.
All right, we're good.
Billy is gonna go over to just Eno and just like, he's not really familiar with all the magic and stuff like that, but he's just gonna kind of like crouch down next to her, just be like, I don't know what's going on with you, but if you need help, let me know. I'll do what I can.
Thanks.
Roll a presence roll,
Famously good at those. Famously good at those. I say rolling a 9 on fear.
You crouch down and Eno's face shifts into a older yet still young looking, but this is a stark white with large black eyes that have no sort of whites or anything. These are just dark eyes that look like the void almost. And it like rips out for just a second, and you just hear in a different voice completely, "We are okay. Go mind your business." As it like, and then
that
it
ain't
like,
normal.
and then it goes and like rips back, and as it hits back into Eno, you can see like it's almost like she reels from like a gunshot.
Okay, a lot more going on than I'm understanding or ever will. I'll do what I can.
So quick question.
Am I doing anything yet?
Yes, I'm gonna get to you. I swear, we're just a lot's happening all at once. That's all.
I was just curious if Grev would know about what's happening, given the knowledge that Clear Day gave him with everything, the whole history and everything. Do I have any sense at all what's happening?
You would know
fungal wise or otherwise.
Yes, I would say that you would definitely see what's going on with them.
Okay.
Because you're having this moment with her, and Cinnamon is now in this area. Cinnamon, you're looking at just a mess of magical ruins of all kinds. Think hundreds of dug out little ruins, and some of them you recognize, some of them are dwarven, some of them are just interesting little, like, it almost looks like if somebody was to write like cursive instead of regular script. Like, these are all like just ruins that have been dug into the side of this thing. And then there's like these like large packs that almost look like you would put some kind of like fluid in them. And then there is a safe hatch right here, and it just says in case of emergency, and then there's something scrawled out.
Oh,
and people are scrolling the ruins over top of what's below the in case of emergency. And
oh no.
You're looking at it and you're like, okay, but give me a knowledge roll to try and figure out what's going on.
Sure. I'm gonna spend a stress to double. I've read about this because, all the runes. I don't care what language they're in. Of course I've read them, even if I don't understand them. Okay, that is 25 with fear.
$25 with fear. Okay. Let's see.
And I rolled my strange patterns so I can give my clear stress.
I mean, fear's the best thing you could possibly roll at the moment. And
I know.
You're like,
and I rolled a strange pattern, so I just cleared the stress that I just used.
So you're looking at all this craziness, and you realize, oh no, this is going to take time. Because not only do you have to go back through, but some of these ruins are like adding a band-aid or like some duct tape to something. This is one long spell that has been wound about this thing.
Oh.
That is here. Some people have been like, oh, I'll just break it here, and then I'll put a Band-Aid on it, and then I'll break it here, and then put some duct tape on it, and I'll break it here, and keep doing. And you're like, this is a spell that has now been written by like 40 or 50 different people of different languages. That is just.
But it's a single spell.
But it's a single spell. That if you want to try and counter or break or mess with, you have to find at least one of the ends, so you can start the break or the end. It's like what should be a simple, like, I'll just cut this wire and then the spell's done, or like, oh, I'll just do this and finish the spell. It's now become like a web of just a mess. And it's like,
I think
yeah, go ahead.
Her first instinct is when she sees that it's a mess and she knows that we don't have time, her first instinct, even if it were to cause harm to her in this moment, would be to not break it or finish it, but to shatter it. Just to try and like overload it and shatter it as quickly as possible.
Okay. It's a spellcasting roll.
8. I'm gonna spend a stress to double things outside the box. $23 with hope.
Another box out of Eno. 23 on hope passes. It was a 20 plus on hope for it to pass. 25 on fear. So there you go. You do the thing. You see little sparks. You see some things unravel, and you realize, okay, I'm gonna have to pump more into this to make it go. You understand. So you pump more, and I want to describe outside what everything looks like, because for you, you are creating galaxies in this little room.
I'm gonna shatter this thing if it's the last thing that I do.
And on the outside, you guys just see little like for her, it's like these galaxies and quasars are coming together. The sun has been created. It explodes, and a black hole like takes over everything. And on the outside, you'll just see some like lights go like this, like it's like, and then you hear, and like you see like a bunch of like smoke pour down as this grate opens up, and for the very first time, this one thing that moves, all the rust and the oil and the black tar like fall into you and just roll out, and there's a little sludge ball just kind of like spins out as her whole body is pushed out of this thing, this little area, and she's covered in like just sludge and like the oil that moves the actual thing, like, and it's just sticky and disgusting. And rust pieces, and the door, you hear the door go, and realize it is unlocked now. It's going to take somebody very strong to open it, but it is unlocked.
Yeah, I wonder who that's going to be.
I think it's going to be
I'll
two
do
of
it.
you, honestly.
She just starts slowly prestidigitizing all of the oil off of herself. But it takes a long time because like her fur gets that like seal like slickness to it, and so she has to like pull from like into each individual fur to like de-oil herself.
For like one brief
Listen,
moment,
it's
she looks like
that.
a penguin.
It's that, or you use Dawn dish soap. I heard that's really good.
Dawn dish soap. Hey
I don't
guys,
have
we
Dawn
would love
dish
to.
soap.
Hi Dawn, we would love to be sponsored.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it was Dawn.
I'll constantly carry a bottle of Dawn dish soap.
right. All that happens. I would love to know though how Billy responds to a no clay, and then I want to go to Tamazira, kind of responding to all of it because she's kind of just now taking in this whole moment. So, but Billy first, I would love, because you just happened, like all of this just happened at the same exact moment.
Yeah. Seeing the second face kind of like pop out of her body, like Billy again, like all of this is like so far beyond him. Like he's so far removed from like most of the magic stuff. He's just a man on a mission that's been around a bunch of other knuckleheads. But one thing he does understand is like camaraderie. And so I think seeing that, knowing that that is not the experience he's had with Eno to this point, he just kind of moves over to her, and if she'll let him, he'll just kind of put her arm over his shoulder and just start like moving her towards the door. He's like, look, alive or dead, I'm getting us both out of here.
Awesome. Do you stop him from helping you?
No.
Okay. Tamazira?
I'm gonna say Tamazira was kind of like not really paying too much attention because she was kind of focused on the fact that she like could feel being shook by her shoulders, and so she's just like, oh my god, this is freaking me out on so many different levels. And then seeing all of this happen, she feels like she's on a weird acid trip at this point. Like, so she's just like, what can I do to help?
So you turn and you look at Billy picking an Oakley up. And I would say that I'm going to actually let this be a roll for you and Grev, because I think Grev would probably be doing the same thing. And I can imagine Grev seeing this as well. And I'm going to say this is going to be one roll, but this is going to go off of Tamazira.
Oh, okay.
So I would need a knowledge roll from you both.
Knowledge.
Because it's going to be you recalling something specifically. And it's something very specific.
Is it... I can't use my... Okay. Is it a worldly knowledge thing? Like,
no,
would I...
It's you recognizing something about a friend.
Okay.
And so it's something a little bit in particular, but I think that Grev has been like paying attention to people enough that this would work, and I think that Tamazira, you just have an eye for details being an assassin, that I would allow this to be a thought process type of thing.
Cool.
Would you let me add a d6 to my roll?
For what?
Because you said I pay attention to a lot of people.
No.
Damn it. It's not great. It's 8 on fear. It's not a good
Fear
roll.
is a better version of what you want to roll. I can tell you that much.
No, I know. I'm okay with the fear. I'm not so stoked about the
8. That's fine. So just subtract 1 from your roll, Tamazir.
Oh, so that'd make it a 20 on hope.
Okay. On hope. Mark 1 more off. And thematically, the dice tell a story like I like.
About us killing our friend.
As kind of as Billy picks up and is lifting up an Oakley, you're looking at her, and as it's almost like you can see the bloom, and you realize that when you met an Oakley, she was this nice little mushroom girl, and as she kind of moved, it was like this little, like this whole thing.
Yeah.
Her helmet, her mushroom little head thing, it's not doing this thing like it used to.
Oh.
It looks more like it is. Think like the Metroid from Super Metro,
No.
where it's like you can see it, like you can see it almost like pulling into her head, and
yeah,
it just looks wrong. It looks bad. It almost looks cancerous to you.
I'm gonna take a step back.
And on a 20 on hope, as a no-clay begins to lose more of herself, you can see the mushroom head get just a little bit bigger and more full. Like it's going to be a pod that blooms.
Interesting. I don't know anything about her species.
Right.
So I'm just kind of like,
kind of.
And also the other person who would is being a dramatic ass bitch right now.
Grev.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to see it anyways when I first came out, because there was she wears glasses, like big, like circular glasses, and there was oil and smudge like inside her glasses, so she can't see like more than like 2 feet in front of her right now as she's cleaning herself and her glasses. Somebody would have to like direct her to what is happening.
All right, so we're gonna do a very scary roll, because I believe you have 2 HP left there in Oakley. I'm gonna let Grev, if Grev would like. Grev comes from a place that hunted large things, like large plant things in the wilderness.
oh,
So Grev theoretically would have knowledge of how to take care of something like this to some degree.
Why are you doing this to me?
It is a high roll though.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah, which
because
I'm so nailing.
this is a very different thing.
Yeah.
But I will let you add a d6 because I will say clear day, if you roll high enough, will give you help.
Okay. I also have experience as a hunter, so
You
I can
do.
add my.
Yeah.
I have one hope, which means I can mark off one hope to add the two.
Yes,
Correct?
you do.
Oh, thank goodness gracious!
So you may add a new. Yeah. Go ahead.
No pressure. No pressure. No whammies. Okay. Okay. Nice. 25 on
Cool.
hope.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say that without clear day's help, it was gonna be a 20. So getting 25 is good. Perfect. So you're kind of looking at this thing. You're holding clear day over your shoulder, and he kind of like flickers his eyes open and close, and he goes, "Just cut out the problem." And you like kind of think about it, and you remember that there are these large things that you call lashers outside of your hunting grounds. They signify the entrance to what is called the Renown region, which is where you all kind of stop hunting, because that's where all of the it's like you all kind of joke that like the mountain itself is alive, because everything there is just this honest to God like budding life magic, and everything is vicious. The vines themselves are alive. The trees are going to attack you, but every once in a while these things encroach on you. These lashers begin to grow up into the snow, and you know if you can rip off the buds of these things, they won't grow anymore.
Okay.
So you look at Anokli's little mushroom top head,
Oh.
and with Clear Day's expression,
Mm.
you get the sense that you should probably cut off her little mushroom helmet.
Sorry, Oakley, this is for your own good. I'm trying to save your life. You'll hate me, but
What
you'll
are
love
we
me after, I
doing to
promise.
an Oakley? Why are we doing
And
to an Oakley?
I'm just gonna put down Clear Day so that I have a
Wait, what's happening?
good swing.
He goes, ugh!
Are you okay?
And I'm gonna take.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna take my hallowed axe. And actually, for a little bit of flavor, this doesn't have to do anything, but just for a little bit of flavor, I'd like to imbue the blade of the hallowed axe, like just like the outside edge of the blade itself. I like to imbue a little bit of heat into it and kind of make it hot, and almost make it like a soldering kind of a. So when it cuts, it like solders it close. It doesn't like accidentally bleed out, kind of a thing. And I will cut it off.
No, Clay. As this is happening, you hear your sister talking to you, saying, "Don't let them do this. Don't let them separate us."
I don't think she would be lucid enough to even know what Grev is doing. She literally has 1 HP.
Give the knife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Grev rolled a hit.
No, I'm not gonna make Grev roll to hit.
Oh, thank God.
Grev takes some time and does this. And as you peel away, as you scalp Anokle,
God.
you can see that underneath of this large thing, as you pull it back, it's like almost like if you were to like see the inside of have you ever like broken one of the aloe vera plants open where you can see like the
Oh yeah.
yeah
Striations and stuff.
yeah, and you can see that on her head, and then it kind of grows back slightly, and you're holding the large mushroom cap, I guess.
Guys, it only took 6 episodes because episode 1, all I wanted to do was eat mushrooms. It only took us 6 episodes to get here, but here we are.
And Inokle is left with just what she started with at the beginning of the episode, 1 HP.
Damn.
And Rev, you are holding this thing, and it begins to like shake and pulse, and you can see it start to grow something. Slowly.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. I'm just gonna smash the thing into the ground.
Billy's right there.
Billy!
Okay.
Billy!
And you can no longer hear her in your head, Inokle. And
We're gonna beat this thing up like it owes us money.
I'm gonna.
It does owe us money.
It does owe us money.
And you all
It
snuff
owes
out.
you hope.
Yeah, it does. It owes you hope.
I'm gonna punch the hope out of it.
And you all flatten this flower. It is done. And now we're just looking at a door. And Billy, you realize that time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
And it might be time to go.
We need to get this door open fast. And Billy is going to, as gently as possible, kind of set Inokle down. If she's like able to stand on her own, he'll leave her, but he doesn't just want to like move away and just have her like face plant. So he's going to like set her down and then move over to the door with Grev and just kind of nod to
I'm
Grev
gonna do it. Yeah.
on your cue.
Yep. I'm
I'd
gonna
like to cover Inokle's head. Just
Mhm.
like, where it's been exposed. I'm just gonna take some
Are you gonna
cloth.
drape over like a towel over her?
Well, I don't want dusted shit to get in there, like
Right.
No, it's
Fresh
yeah.
wound, infection.
I mean, Cinnamon would be putting her glasses back on now and be like, I have a hat.
that works.
Okay. And she pulls out this like big floppy like gardening hat from her bag and hands it to like hands it to Tamazira because she can't reach Ito's head.
Mm-hmm.
So so it's just like a woven, and it has like a like teal and orange patterned ribbon that like goes around it.
Nice. Yeah, I'll put it on Inokle.
And it's like real big and floppy.
All right.
So it'll move just like her bloom did.
Yeah.
Before I open the door with Billy,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look at Cinnamon and say, "All right, you're up. Take this guy, will you?" Looking at Clear Day.
Yeah. She's looking at you real confused. She'll cast levitation on Clear Day, and it's just gonna like hold Clear Day up like in the air.
And I'm just gonna bend down next to Clear Day's ear and say, "Now my revenge is complete." And I'm just gonna stand back up and go to the door.
Nothing like a balloon on a clear day.
Yeah, let's go. Revenge is mine.
You know what it looks like when like you watch a Spanish soap opera and like the woman goes into her room and there's like the fainting bed and she goes like that. Like that was just that's what Clear Day looks like. He's like, he's like thrown on the thing.
Oh, I definitely assist with positioning him with the levitation so that he looks even more dramatic.
He's just the most, just as dramatic as it gets.
So is this I'm guessing this is a strength roll here.
Yes.
Okay. And what do I add? Because Billy's helping me. Do I add a D6 for this? Okay. Oh. No. That's a 5 on hope.
Oh.
Wait, sorry. That's a 7 on hope.
Okay. 1, you get a hope.
Ooh.
2,
Ouch! Yay.
2, the door goes and doesn't move, but you can feel it.
Yay. A little more gusto. Little more gusto here. Sorry, I open like 10,000 things a day. Like, cut me some slack here, okay?
Rev,
It's not like a
you're
one-trick
fine.
pony.
I've had faith in you this whole time, and that hasn't changed.
Okay, here we go.
Cinnamon, meanwhile, is gonna just kind of come up
Oh, there
behind
we go.
Grev, and she's gonna use her power push to also just kind of blast the doors open while he's pushing on them just from behind him.
Okay.
Just sneak up behind him.
I don't think you know how pushing and pulling works. I'm trying to pull the door.
Don't worry
open.
about it. Go ahead.
I'm not trying to put. Okay, all right. 17.
The door open out. Does it open in?
It opens to the side, but that's cool. Keep going, guys. We're good.
Well, that still works because she can still push it to the side.
That's a 20. That's a 26 on fear.
Okay. It takes some time, and eventually, you pull. Billy gets between it, starts pushing her little power push like that, and you all get the door to slide just large enough for you guys to put bodies through the door. But as it opens,
that's always trying to get to is big enough for us to. I was gonna say if I can make it so like the big ass floor thing, but whatever.
Yeah,
can't get through. Like I just want it big enough for us to get through, and then kind of try to close it.
As it slides open, a beam of sunlight filters through.
Hey.
You're looking at a runway up to the surface.
Yay.
All right, let's move.
Are you floating clear day up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because with levitation, I can lift and move.
Okay.
It's temporarily, so until you spend a fear for it to stop, I can just
That's
lift and
fine.
move him.
Are we all going up? Oh, Inokle, are you good?
Mm-hmm.
So Inokle is feeling a little bit hungover, I think, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
And you get up to this, you walk up this long runway, and at the very top of the runway, you can see vines that have cleaved through the metal and come through. And you remember what this is supposed to look like. You are supposed to get to the top and see a vast desert. Billy, you've lived here for so long. You get up to the top and you see a desert that stretches endlessly. Its once golden sands now strangled beneath a grotesque tangle of vines and fungal decay. Thick pulsating roots coil through dunes like veins of something vast slumbering. The surface is slick and oozy spores, towering fungal stalks that reach up beneath around the cacti that once stood there. There's a blight across this entire desert. What should be an arid wasteland is instead a suffocating jungle of corruption where the earth itself writhes. The dunes have collapsed entirely, swallowed by gaping sinkholes lined with fleshy bioluminescent growths that pulse. Yet the sky above is breathtaking. It's an endless expanse of brilliant blue, unmarred by storms or shadow. The sun gleams fiercely, unchallenged by the clouds, cascading golden light upon the twisted landscape below and yourselves. And for the first time, you can take a breath because you see and hear nothing that looks like it's going to put you in check. But you now are stuck in the middle of this place and have to go somewhere.
Back to square one.
I mean, Cinnamon seeing this. Looks around. Does anybody have anywhere they want to go? Cause, I mean, we could go back to my place, maybe figure out what we could do about this, cause this feels bad. I don't know if I could do anything about this right now, but maybe we could figure out what to do about this.
So I will say,
I mean, it isn't.
I will say, each of you have traveled very far to get here. And if you talked amongst each other, I think that Billy would be the person that has the closest place that he might want to go, depending on if he expresses that or not. Greven Tamazira theoretically probably would feel a little bit lost in this moment, because until you hear from your friend, where the fuck do you go?
Yeah.
Anokle, I will say that as you sit there, for the first time, Clear Day kind of sits up, and he's gonna look around.
She's crying.
And he's gonna look at you without your little hat on. With your little hat on, I mean, there's a little hat. You have that little hat on, and he's gonna lean over and say, "At least you're not an elf." And kind of smile at you and show you his teeth for the first time.
He just kind of whispers, "I want to go home."
I don't know if I'm welcome at home anymore. But I'll take you there if you want to go.
She like leans her shoulder against him.
Yeah. He'll like pat you. And it's like, yes, okay. And then he's gonna go, "This is not your helmet." And he's gonna flick the hat a little bit.
No, that's mine. That's my hat.
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah, see, isn't it pretty? It kind of moves like her cap did, though, right? So at least that's similar. I mean, I like the colors better, the teal and orange. Sorry, no offense to pink and purple. Orange is a way better color. But yeah. Where's home?
He's gonna.
I mean, if we're
nudge.
deciding where to go,
He's gonna nudge you a little bit so that the cap flutters, and he's gonna say, "At least she speaks truths." We're from the Chesapeake region, but a little bit further southwest of there. It is a pretty far move. We need to stay. We need to find somewhere to rest so she can regrow, and I can maybe figure out what's going on with myself, if that is okay. Is anybody against the rest?
No.
no. I mean, no.
Do
you think you could regrow? Because you look different. Do you think you could regrow? Do you think that's a thing that could happen? That we could help happen? That she could help happen? Is that a thing? How did you become mushroom in the first place? Were you an elf in the first place? Like, what do we do? How do we... I mean, I have ideas. I don't know if they would work, though.
He stares at her, and he just gently leans in, and he's going to put his fingers over your mouth and be like, "Let's figure out resting first, then questions."
Oh, okay.
Okay. And yes, I was.
Where are we resting?
Where are we resting? He's going to echo her.
I might know a place that's close by.
All right.
Ship and crew probably headed out not too long ago. If I didn't show up within a week, they probably just left me, which is expected. But Summermere isn't too far from here.
Do
Good.
Do we have... I think Grev during this entire time just has a really confusing, quizzical look on his face, like trying to solve something that's not solvable. And I think I would ask anybody, I don't know about Inokle or Clear Day's state of mind, but this kind of growth across the desert can't happen that quickly, right? How long were we actually down there for? Billy said something about a week. Billy, I think it's been years.
What? No.
I believe the same.
My boat.
Years? That's
Growth
terrible.
like this that can swallow a desert does not happen in 2 days.
Yeah, but
Day is
magic.
Clear Day will put his hand up and look down and say, "No, this is a curse, not just a growth." And he's gonna gesture
That's
to
bad.
Anokle and say, "Her darling sister started it, and it's more of an infestation than anything else. And this is a lot slower than I expected it to happen."
How long?
I would imagine that it took me a couple days to get here, and I was maybe a day behind you all, so we could have been down there for 9 or so days.
Oh, that's better. That's better than years. Man, I think my family would be real worried if it had been years since they
And then
heard
for
from me.
the first time, Clear Day will stand up and kind of like look over everything and say, "I would imagine the whole continent probably looks like this."
But not the turtle, right?
I don't know anything about turtles.
Oh, you've never heard about the turtle? Turtle Town? Turtle Town's great. Turtle, it's a city on a turtle in the ocean. It moves around. That's where I'm from.
He's literally just gonna stare at you and be like,
It's a really big
"I'm
turtle.
not doing it. I'm not asking questions." So, and he's still holding Anokle, like, but he's like gotten you to your feet, Anokle, and now he's like his arm is still around you though, because he's now on his
He's
feet.
still floating, like at least like an inch or two off the ground from the levitation.
So is Anokle, and he's holding her now. It doesn't matter. And yeah, and I haven't stopped it yet. He'll float there like he's supposed to, and he'll look at you guys.
She mumbles to him that I was human once.
Yeah, I know I was there. And he's gonna look at he's gonna look at he's gonna look at Billy, because Billy said the word Summer Mirror. And Clear Day will go, "Is that real?"
Yeah, it's real. It's where I grew up most of the time. I used to, well, I shouldn't just say I used to. Parents used to run a gang. Used to run around, hit a lot of the trade points on this area. Mom, ended up with my dad, got a little hot and heavy, needed a place to wait out her pregnancy, ended up coming across the place, and that's where I'm from.
I used to know a wonderful elemental that ran a caravan. And he used to talk about Summer Mirror all the time, like it was some wonderful oasis in the desert that didn't exist. But he spoke about it as if because he used to trade there. I would love to see if this place is real. Also, I would love to know that it is safe.
Summermere's got a interesting set of defenses, but most important thing is that long ago, from what I know, place has a kind of enchantment on it, curse. Anything that comes near gets its senses kind of tossed up, mixed up, hears things, sees things, like constant mirages. Whenever it gets close, tends to deter them away from the place. Anybody that doesn't have the labyrinth eye normally gets lost. Village guard roams just outside or right inside the labyrinth or the cursed border, so if there's any place that's going to be safe, assuming that these creatures weren't affected by the labyrinth curse, then it's going to be Summermere.
Well, that sounds
So how do
like it's
people find it without the labyrinth eye?
Sometimes the village guard takes people in. That's kind of their thing, strays. They
if we
lead people.
if it sounds like a hike, and he's gonna like gesture to some of like the larger caravans that look like they are been abandoned here, or people aren't around anymore to use them. And he'll say, maybe we lock one of these down and take a good long rest.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
He's gonna look at Anokle. don't run off anymore. If we take a rest, are you going to stay?
She like nods a little. And she reaches up as she makes the hat move.
I
Aww.
was going to say he was about to make it move for you. Okay. We go in the caravan. This caravan's large, big, hulking. Looks like it probably moved cattle. So there's places that are like kind of soft to sit, but either way, there's like 3 different stalls, basically. It's not much, but it's somewhere that we could rest. Is there a way are we gonna arcane lock the caravan door? Is that what we're doing, or
Yeah, she'll arcane lock all the doors.
only one door? And
Okay,
and there's
the
a
one
hatch.
door.
There's a hatch up top that if you want to open it and like go up and down, you could like get air and all that stuff. But
Yeah, she'll lock both the hatch and the door, which everybody else can still use. It's just people that are not us
Right.
can't.
So we get inside this place, and I would like to just say that at the end of all this, you all may take a level, and we may go ahead and take a long rest for the very first time in a very long time.
Yes.
I have a special thing I'm doing on. Well, I'd like to do on my long.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna use one of my actions to work on a project,
God help
and
us.
she's gonna be like looking at Eno and Clear Day as they're doing whatever they're doing to help themselves out, and she is trying to figure out if there is a way to make Clear Day bloom again.
Okay.
Because he seems very sad that he is not a mushroom anymore.
Clear Day is going to help Eno begin to grow her mushroom hat back. That'll take a couple long rests.
I'm also preparing
Yeah.
with my other action.
Billy's definitely gonna de-stress, but before that, I think
Me
he's
too.
gonna go over to Temzira specifically,
Oh.
and he's gonna kind of crouch down. And he's like not like being like intimidated or anything. He's just like, I don't know if I trust you yet, but I think that's just because we didn't really get the opportunity to understand each other, or maybe you don't. But whatever the case, you seem like the type that would know what to do with this. And he'll pull out Valise's horn that he grabbed.
Oh, yes.
And set it down for her. And
Thank you.
He'll just give a small little tip of his hat and just turn off. Sorry about the noise. And he'll climb up onto the top and go look at the sky. And just kind of like look at the sky as we like go by, like sprawl out on top of the caravan.
Aw.
I think I would join Billy up there
Yay!
to help clear my stress too.
Yeah, if Greb's joining him, Billy will occasionally like point out little like parts. So right over here is where the main trade route used to run through, but as you can see, it's mostly vines and other stuff. Man, this really sucks. But over there is this old little mountain set that one time he'll just go into like little rants about like his parents like heists and stuff like that and stories they told him, which may or may not have been blown out of proportion. He'll just ramble about like little stories that he knows from his childhood.
I'd like to also, for my second downtime action, I'd like to prepare, but I want to do it in a way that I would prepare either with Temzir or Billy, because then we both get to hope.
I'm preparing.
prepare?
I already said I'm preparing.
Oh, what'd you say you're doing?
Well, I hadn't said what I'm doing. I just said that I was taking the prepare action. I was waiting to see if
Oh, you
anybody
prepared
else
for
was going to
action?
do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, then we can all prepare. Everybody would get prepared.
As much as Billy would like to prepare, he's not looking hot, and I think he's
Good
gonna
HP.
just patch
Yeah.
his wounds up,
I
be
got
ready
you.
for the next time.
Tamazira,
Yes.
the horn is
Mhm.
a ghost blade, and you may add it to your sheet. Nice.
Yes. Perfect.
If you were to use it as a weapon.
Ghost blade. Okay, let me write that down.
It
Because
is-
I just looked at my level up options and turns out I hadn't leveled her up correctly. I was missing a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Well, that is a new primary weapon for you.
Ghost blade. Fuck yes. Thank you. Ooh. Woohoo.
Anokle, are you doing anything in particular?
I'm going to heal and repair my mushrooms.
Okay.
Oh, there's a lot. I have to read through this. Okay, I don't know
Yeah.
if you're planning.
Yep.
I don't know if you're planning on
Everybody-
wrapping it up here.
No,
So
I am going to. Everybody, by all
Okay.
means, you all level. I believe to 5. What are we leveling to?
4.
4.
Four.
4 now, right?
4.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm getting there. Don't worry. 4. And anyway, thank you all for joining us this Monday. We will not see you next Monday as we are taking a week break, but after that, come back for the more open-ended side of this. We have made it through what I would call the prologue of our campaign.
Woohoo.
Hey.
Ooh,
I'll see y'all then.
everybody survived.
We love you.
Hey.
See y'all.